Park River Forest, powerhouse high school program in Illinois, and Bo Nickal. He's looked unstoppable so far this year. He's from Allen, Texas.
Well, the thing about Bo Nickal is he can tack below the knee, tack at the hips, and he can go ahead and throw. And, I think there's going to be some fireworks in this match. I mean, Sammy Brooks, reigning Big Ten champion, he's not going to go down easy. He's got a nice single leg attack right there. See, Nickal is working with the Spladle, all right? And he's got it locked there on the far side, hooked up. This is tight.
Wow.
That might be another takedown of the meet.
Wow. Bo Nickal at the 47-second takedown.
What's up, Razor Nation? Today I want to take a minute and break down one of the most amazing pins in NCAA history. And as you can see by the title, we're talking about the Bo Nickal Spladle of Sammy Brooks in Carver Hawkeye Arena. Before I get started, I just want to take a second and say that if you're interested in developing a championship mind, I encourage you to check out my mind training program by clicking on the link in the description. Things that I teach in that mind training program are things such as developing a bulletproof self-image, goal setting, finding ways to make your motivation go through the roof, and a ton of other stuff. So check that out. With that being said, a few things I want to mention before I get into the breakdown is that, first off, what makes this pin even more amazing is that Sammy Brooks was a Big Ten champion. And sometimes when I watch these high-level guys like, a Bo Nickal, a David Taylor, and Aaron Brooks, sometimes they just make it look so easy, which is just even more amazing because anybody who wrestles at the Division I level is good. If you're not good, you're not at the D1 level, and that's just the bottom line. I wrestled Division I, and, out of a 50-man room, I would be willing to say that 90% of the guys in that room were, state champions or at least state place winners. And that's, the case in most rooms across the country. So when we see Bo Nickal pull off these types of techniques, it's just so amazing that he's able to do that against such high-level opponents. And also, I want to be sure to mention that this is taking place in Carver Hawkeye Arena, which is known as one of the toughest places to wrestle if you're an opponent because, number one, the fans are extremely knowledgeable, and they can sometimes be seen as what's known as a hostile crowd. So without further ado, let's get into the breakdown. All right, so our first angle here is from Flow Wrestling, and I'm going to show you a second angle in a second. The Big Ten Network actually had a better angle on this, but as you can see here, Brooks comes in on a nice shot, head inside single. He's caught the ankle, but now keep in mind, Bo Nickal is so confident in these positions because he does this every day. That's his style. He's a guy that loves to get into some funky situations. He wants to scramble. He's completely comfortable. So as soon as Brooks gets in on this shot, it looks like he's in a good position. The Iowa fans are watching intently because they think in their hearts and minds that Brooks has a shot at this one. If he's got the potential to win, if he wrestles a really good match. And so we see he catches this ankle, and Bo initially tries to sprawl, but he gets caught. And so he goes right into scramble mode, and you'll see he starts reaching over the back of Brooks. And as soon as he does that, he hooks that leg, and I'm going to show you again from the other angle. You'll be able to see this better. Brooks is he still feels okay, but Bo's starting to get that hip scooted in to where Brooks's head is trapped inside. So Bo's got this leg hooked with his arms, and then Brooks's head is trapped down here. And so then Bo starts to scoot his hips in, but then it becomes a fight of freeing Bo's legs. Bo knows that he needs to get that leg free so that he can use it to hook Brooks's far leg. So we continue to scramble here, and Bo hips in to the point where, and he lifts that leg up to the point where he knocks Brooks sort of off of his own hips and knocks him off balance. Now, as you can see down here at the bottom, Brooks has now released that ankle that he had hold of to try and gain some stability. And Bo's just going to keep scooting and scooting in and pressuring in. He knocks Brooks off of his hips, off balance, and just keeps driving in with his other leg. You can see he's driving with this outside leg, And as he drives, he's using his other leg to fight, and he's fishing and fishing and fishing, and he hooks it. Once he gets that leg hooked, it's a matter of keeping your hips in tight and keeping that head pinched in. But as you can see, it's so tight, there's really almost no escaping that. And then, of course, Bo jumps up and does the hand to the ear celebration. I can't hear you. All right, and so let's go ahead and take a look from this other angle. It's a little better. All right, so again, we start off with some hand fighting, but keep in mind this only goes for 38 seconds, so it's pretty quick. We get in some hand fighting. Brooks comes out aggressive. He's in his home arena. He's got his home crowd. He's going to get after this one. So we got some hand fighting here, and we're going to see Brooks is going to get in on his shot. There it is. Brooks is in on his shot. All right, so again, he's got that ankle, but as you can see, and like I said in the last video, Bo immediately reaches over top and hooks this leg. Now it becomes a battle of legs, but Brooks's head is pinched inside, so he's kind of stuck in a way. And obviously we're going to get into a scramble situation here, but you know, Bo, like I said, he's extremely comfortable in these positions. He's probably doing this all the time in the room. So Bo's got this leg hooked, and now he knows I got to try to free my ankle. Well, it's free at this point, but he's thinking now I got to hook Brooks's outside leg, and Bo's going to use his outside leg as something that he's going to use that outside leg to drive, right? So he's got that outside leg driving, and as he knocks Brooks off balance, he's fishing for that leg to hook. And it's right there. He's fishing for it. And again, we're in a scramble, but Bo's got his outside leg posted here. Brooks' head stuck inside. He knows he's in trouble. And Bo's just got to get that outside leg of Brooks is hooked, and he gets it right here. There it is. It's hooked. Now Bo's got it. He sinks it in. It's tight. Bo's got his hips in, pushing that head up. And that's going to push Brooks' shoulders down. Ref slaps the mat. Bo gets up, he's pretty fired up, hand to the ear, and, you know, as we can see, we got Kale right here. Here's his reaction. Kale knows this is huge, just takes the crowd out of it. Look at this lady back here. She can't believe it. Look, move over here, watch. Look at these kids in the back. Look at these students here. Look at this guy. Look at this kid. They can't believe it. The crowd has been effectively taken out of the match, and Penn State would go on to win that duel. And so, I mean, that's a huge win for Bo Nickal. Obviously, he just pinned a high-quality opponent in 38 seconds. Brooks can't even believe it. Look at the look on his face. Can't even believe that just happened. One thing I really want to point out here is that, you know, Bo does an excellent job. He's got great hips, but he does an excellent job of collecting that leg, and then Sammy gets in panic mode. Bo frees up that ankle, but he scoots his hips, and that's the key here is you got to scoot your hips in tight. And then once you get it locked in, it's a matter of keeping those hips in tight and just, you know, actually driving your hips forward to secure the pin, and it gets tighter as you do that. So you scoop that leg, you scoot your hips in, you got that head pinched in there, you keep those hips tight, and, you know, like I said, it's difficult to get out of. I've seen guys get out of spladles, but it takes one heck of a fight. That about does it. Bo Nickal Spladle for Razor's Edge Wrestling. Stay sharp.